Regency author Jane Austen took her time getting there. She died all but unknown before building a following over the next 2 centuries that currently rivals Marvel Comics fans for obsessive enthusiasm. Peak Jane mania seems to be the last 20 years or so, with countless film and TV adaptations of her half-dozen books, and spin-offs like a French rom-com called Jane Austen Wrecked My Life.
I think it's a good way to start with Jane Austen. That's Sense and Sensibility.
Okay, thank you.
My favourite.
It opens in the most famous English bookshop in Paris, Shakespeare & Co., where Agathe Robinson works while she tries to get her writing career started. Like Agathe, the actor playing her is Anglo-French. Her name's Camille Rutherford. She works with her best friend Felix, who offers her career an unexpected kickstart.
C'est quoi?
La Jane Austen Residency. Ils ont aimé les premiers chapitres de mon roman.
T'as besoin d'un petit coup de pied au cul, c'est très bien, non?
Merci.
Felix sends Agathe's unfinished novel to a Jane Austen residency, and they love it. Before taking off for England, the delighted Agathe gives Felix an unexpected kiss, of gratitude or something more. While she's deciding, she's met by a glowering saturnine Englishman who's her lift to the residency. Is he Mr. Darcy, perhaps? No, even better. Oliver's a distant relation of Jane Austen herself, even if he claims not to be a fan.
Agathe Robinson, it's me.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd be much older.
I'm Jane Austen's great-great-great-great-nephew. I just think her work is a little overrated.
In fact, Oliver turns out to be quite impossible, being both proud and prejudiced. And it gets worse. Just as Agathe is sharing her criticism of her unsuitable new host to her sister in Paris, he reveals that he also speaks perfect French. Agathe has her nose rubbed in her lack of sense or sensibility.
Je suis avec l'arrière-arrière-arrière-petit-neveu de Jane Austen. Cela pète énormément. Méga balai dans le cul.
Je parle français, vous savez.
Incidentally, the French-speaking Englishman Oliver is played by one Charles Anson, and the rest of the guests at the residencies seem equally adept at the French language. It is, after all, a French movie written and directed by Laura Piani. French she may be, but her love of Jane Austen is clearly the driving force of the story.
Welcome to the Jane Austen residency.
And we're delighted to count amongst us this year a new recruit.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We hope you will be inspired and we look forward to reading your work.
But which Jane Austen? Is this Pride and Prejudice, where the 2 haughty enemies suddenly discover their love? Is it Persuasion, where love evades our heroine, leaving her to languish alone? What about Emma, where the least likely candidate turns out to be the love of her life? Remember that kiss with Felix?
T'attends quoi, en fait? Marc Darcy?
Literature is like an ambulance speeding through the night to save someone.
Well, Felix certainly remembers, and without warning, he suddenly appears on the scene at the very moment when Agathe and Darcy, Oliver, seem to be hotting up after a recent Jane Austen ball.
Well, hello.
Your breakfast, Miss Robinson. Shall I leave it on the table?
Yes, there's a ball in full costume, not to mention the residency's stately home, and a parade of colourful characters who, if not quite up to the standard of Mademoiselle Austen herself, amusingly fill in the blanks behind any potential romance. Another aspect of the ironically titled Jane Austen Wrecked My Life is how much of the story is about writing and literature. Jane, you'd think, would approve.
I believe that some books become part of our lives because they reveal to us our true nature. Je suis très bonne en forade. On le dépelle à mon meilleur ami.
As a sucker for most things Austen, of course I had a pretty good time, though Jane Austen Wrecked My Life is possibly a good description of the audience for well-meaning homages like this. Why can't such a film ever be as good as the original, we complain?
Vous n'avez aucun nouveau message et je vous rappelle que vous n'avez toujours pas écrit une ligne.
Et si on allait faire un tour au pub?
I'm in love with you.
It must be admitted the ending stumbles slightly before coming right, but come right it does, and as always when we find ourselves in Austen land, even at one step removed, we're reminded that just about every convention in romantic literature seems to derive from the 6 novels of a woman who died in 1817.
J'ai pas couché avec un mec depuis 2 ans et je roule des pelles à mon meilleur ami.